Hi, welcome to Myers ASMR. How are you? I'm so glad to see you. Hey, relax, relax. Shake that stress off. Just shake it off. Say, get off me. Hey, be happy about it before you can see it, smell it, taste it, or touch it. Be happy about it before you can see it, smell it, taste it, or touch it. And that's exactly how I feel about this here eggplant sandwich. Yeah, can you believe it? Eggplant. I've never had an eggplant. Well, not that I can remember. I've certainly never made an eggplant sandwich before. So I just toasted some ciabatta bread. I got some cheddar, so it's basically eggplant, cheddar, a little mustard, some Asiago cheese dressing, and some green spinach and peppers. Anyways, let's just dig in. I kid you not. You will not miss meat if you eat this thing. The only thing is the eggplant is so soft and mushy. You have to have the right bread. The ciabatta bread is not too hard and not too soft. I thought I had sliced the eggplant thick, but it shrunk as it baked. I didn't realize that was going to happen. So I should have sliced it thicker. Because honestly, I'm mostly tasting cheddar and mustard. You know, eggplant has kind of a neutral flavor that can go with a lot of things. I should have sliced it thicker. Okay, I still have a lot left. Tell you what, I'm one of those people who likes a neat sandwich. I don't like when it's falling apart, or you open it up and it's kind of haphazardly thrown together. I mean, honestly, my only real complaint is that I sliced the eggplant too thin. Because the bread is thick. The eggplant is supposed to be the star of the story. But I'm learning. I'm still proud of myself. Something about this is making my lips burn a little bit. I didn't put any pepper on it. I mean, not hot pepper. This bread is so freaking good. With any sandwich, gotta have the right bread. Let's see how much. Okay, I got a nice piece of avocado on here. I mean, eggplant. I eat avocado every day, so. Next time I would use a wrap bread to hold everything in. I don't have to worry about it falling out. Because this eggplant moves around a lot. The salad dressing makes it taste great. That looks like a good piece. Very nice flavors. Wow. Well, see, that's a very easy way to eat healthy. You can just make a sandwich the way you would act as if the veggie was meat. And go ahead and make that sandwich the way you would make it if that was a piece of meat. That's how I looked at it. Like if I was going to make a salami sandwich, a salami and cheese sandwich, how would I make it if I really wanted it to taste good? And so that guided me with this sandwich. And it was fantastic. But you already know. It could have been a little bit more eggplant. You know, it's something like eggplant on its own. It's kind of bland. So, for me, anyways, it needs like some extra stuff to make it taste like something. I just got some new oat milk creamer, and I've been waiting for this video to try it for the first time. It's good. Yeah, that's really good. It's pumpkin spice, and I just made some black tea, some plain black tea. I mean, it's definitely not like the half and half type of creamers, you know, but I'm already used to that alternative taste because I drink a lot of almond milk and soy milk and things like that. makes my stomach hurt. Hey, you just gotta get used to it. Ooh, now it's time for the next fun part of the video, when we focus on getting better and better every day in every way with the help of this people skills book. I mean, the how to develop a winning personality. So let's see where we left off. Hey, where's my check mark? Oh, here it is. So he says, oh, I like this guy because he talks tough. This chapter is called Rejected. Blame Yourself. You can accept that as an invariable rule, no matter how black the picture may appear on the surface. When people live together, even in conditions of strife, they are to a greater or lesser extent making one another less lonely. If they are unable to build on that foundation a better, progressively less lonely life, it were better that they parted. But the breaking up of a family group must be undertaken only as a last, desperate resort. If you are one of those who live in so-called incompatibility with others and are therefore too often lonely, do yourself a gigantic favor. Step outside of yourself for a few moments and examine your situation objectively. Is the incompatibility partly your own fault? And if it is, don't you think you have more to gain than to lose by giving ground, perhaps swallowing some pride, than by carrying in your heart a resentment against the guilt of your cohabitants? Is your inability to find a common ground with your partner or partners perhaps the result of some measure of mental snobbishness, or jealousy, or impatience, or an over-demanding attitude on your part? This goes for the bickering husbands and wives, the scrapping brothers and sisters, the harping parents, and the irreverent children, to say nothing of the in-laws who must, because of economic necessity or some other act of fate, live together and do so in perpetual disharmony. Maybe if you stop seeing the mote in your husband's eye, maybe if you realize that your wife's preoccupation with the household instead of with the world news is quite excusable. Maybe if you began to understand that the hateful things your brother or sister says or does are not really objectively hateful, but become so to you because of some sibling resentment you are carrying. Maybe if you came to understand that even though your parents are not as remarkably brilliant as you are, they do nevertheless want you to be happy. Maybe if you made up your mind that your children are not ingrates, but are merely trying to make their way in their own way. Maybe if you had some sympathy with the plight of the old folks who have to live with you, and maybe if you saw the viewpoint of the younger generation with whom you are compelled to live, why then maybe some of the incompatibility would begin to melt away, and with it some of your loneliness. It is obviously impossible to list in the space of one brief lifetime, and certainly in the space of one brief chapter, all the millions of causes, real and apparent, of incompatibility. And so, the reader will forgive me if the list above is woefully incomplete. The lesson to be learned is not dependent upon an exhaustive review of these reasons. Look at it this way. Whatever may be the reasons for your living with the people with whom you live, in such a manner as to make you miserable and lonely, there's no blinking the fact that you would be less lonely and less miserable if your relations with them were to take a turn for the better. From the purely selfish point of view, you would profit from an earnest effort to find out wherein you may be contributing to the incompatibility, and to take steps to reform where you see the need of reform. This would be profitable to you even if there were no reciprocal action, for even a unilateral improvement is an improvement. However, human beings, if they are normal mentally, tend to respond in kind. If you are nasty, they will be nasty. If you are nice, they may still be nasty. but there will automatically be set up in them a conscience pressure, which at the worst will leave them less nasty than they would otherwise have been. It would be silly to tell you that if you went around radiating sweetness and light, you would find everybody you met radiating sweetness and light in return. Indeed, if it were so, the world might be a rather insipid place in which to live. But it is not silly to tell you that if you radiate tolerance and kindness and understanding, you will at least find more sweetness and light around than if you do not. Well, I'm just going to stop here because I think that is a lot there for us to marinate and take in and to ponder and think on those deep thoughts, right? Hey, be happy before you can see it, smell it, taste it, or touch it. Be happy before you can see it, smell it, taste it, or touch it. Hey, if you like what I'm doing here, like and subscribe, donate to the cause. Catch me in the next video, and may you find lasting happiness.